Another thing that happened at that lunch yesterday. You recall, yesterday we had the story of Adam Levine, who's now been accused of cheating on his wife. And it appears there's text evidence where he texted a woman in her 20s and said, "You are so hot," all these things. And he said, "I just flirted with her. I didn't actually go through with anything." But if you recall, the way we reported that story was, I said, I skimmed a headline. I don't know what's going on with Adam Levine. Biggie, do you know anything? And Biggie sort of filled us in.
Yeah, Biggie used some of the current vernacular by saying that at least one of the women has, quote unquote, receipts.
Yeah.
Yes.
The evidence. So I didn't know. I know about 5% of this whole story. I don't know the woman that accuses him of cheating. I don't know. Apparently, he tried to name his own child after her.
That is the weirdest part of this story, is that after everything was said and done, he said, "Listen, I know this is going to seem weird, but I love your name, and my wife is pregnant."
So yesterday, we're at this lunch with coworkers and a colleague. My associate, really. I mean, he's in my position, our position on the other station, turned to me and said, "What do you think about this Adam Levine story?" So I had to say, because I don't know anything about it. And I was like, man.
Yeah, you could have volleyed it right back into his court. How did you guys handle it?
That's what I should have said.
Yeah.
I said, "Man, can you believe that?" I gave nothing.
Pretty good dodge.
That's all I could do.
Yeah.
That's all, yeah.
Then the woman on the show said, "Well, I'll tell you what."
Then everybody hit input.
Then they're like, "I used to be a fan, but I can't believe he'd do something like that." Now, here's an interesting, I think this is too back and forth. I want you all's opinion on this. There's an actress that a lot of celebrities now are saying, "Oh, what a worm Adam Levine is."
And there, how many, like at least 4 women have come forward with proof of his kind of, I mean, they're not flirty texts. They're a little more.
Way over the line text.
But that doesn't appear there's been physical contact.
Well, we don't know really, do we? If there's been physical
But
contact.
he's like, in person, you're so blank and hot.
Yeah.
So the girl, the initial girl, the one that said you're so, said you're so blank and hot to, she's the one that also says they had an affair.
Yes.
Other women have just come and said, "Well, he sent me this," and one that's blowing up the internet now is the metal community is very upset at him as well. Because in one of the messages to her, she said, she was like playing the "I don't know who you are" card.
To Levine, who's a Maroon 5 lead singer.
And so she's going, "Well, I only listen to metal." And he's like, "Well, no way. No hot chicks listen to metal."
What?
Oh, yeah. He is coming out douche. I mean,
he's alienated everybody.
I'll tell you this. He's spraying douche everywhere. Which I feel so vindicated because I always knew it about him.
You didn't like him.
No, he's just the classic. Plays super nice. Something about him just always. I was like, "There's no way that a dude who looks that good and thinks of himself like he does, he plays the good guy card too well."
I got a sexual factoid about him that's really interesting.
If I may, just a little bit of background for us olds.
Yeah,
is he? I know he was on one of those reality singing shows. Is he still on?
He's
or
not
will
on.
He lose his position because of this?
Well, he kind of takes like they all do. They rotate, so he's not on this season. The
new what was he on?
He's on The Voice.
Okay,
he was one of the original ones.
And
on
he
The
was
Voice.
a big name on The Voice.
Yeah,
huge.
And I mean, I fully expected him. I think he's taking this season off,
right?
But then to be back. But I don't know.
Oh, now he may not be
yeah.
back. Well, anyway, here's my sexual factoid about him. This is really sexual.
Where'd you pick this up, at lunch over Axis?
No, I read this a long time ago. I think I've actually asked it in a Put Up or Shut Up rock and roll trivia question. He did a video with the late Kelly Preston, John Travolta's wife, and she was gorgeous, of course. And he said that when he was young, before he was famous, he pleasured himself to pictures of her, and he told her that on the set of the video, and she was flattered. He said, "I just have to tell you something so we clear the air."
You didn't have to tell me that.
Yeah.
It's a video shoot. I'm a pro. You're a pro.
See, that's the kind of stuff I mean is he didn't need to tell her that.
Right. He
But
really
he
did.
was like, "Just to clear the air in case there's any weirdness.
I did
used
pleasure.
to beat it to you." Yeah.
I mean, would you say that if Phoebe Cates walked in this
No,
door?
I would not. No, I would not.
Miss Fast Times at Ridgemont High?
If we interviewed Phoebe Cates, if she and that actually could be a possibility, okay? Phoebe Cates was in Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
One of the most iconic scenes of the 80s.
Just gorgeous. I mean, in the movie, a guy does that thinking about her.
You're right.
Judge Reinhold, right? I wonder how she'd react if I told her, by the way, I rewound that scene 100 times and,
All right.
She probably has heard it.
Yeah, I bet she has.
Tell her
Yeah.
handlers, get me out of here.
Yeah, let's go. She probably tells
She
her
has probably like a silent signal.
Yeah.
That she tells her manager, we really have to go. Miss Cates is done. Miss Cates is on a tight schedule.
A lot of celebrities now do like the cons, the big, where you can go meet your favorite movie stars from certain movies.
Yeah.
I bet if she did those, half the people signed up would quietly say to her, just so you know,
Yeah.
I beat it to you.
All these middle-aged fat guys now.
She just signs.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
God forbid
here.
she's signing autographs.
Yeah.
Could you sign your chest? I don't sign my own chest.
Well, now here's the question about Adam Levine. This is an interesting one to me. Several celebrities now weighed in on their own social media, like what a horrible person he is. Just Biggie said. There's an actress named Sarah Foster. She was in the reboot of 90210. I don't know her. But she said this about Adam Levine.
He's obviously a total pig and gross. But this woman who chose to make a viral TikTok video, we don't feel sorry for you. You knew this man was married. You could have easily ignored the messages. If a married man is being a pig and like reaching out to you, you hopefully have been raised well enough to be like, no, sorry, you're married. I can't engage.
So she says, yeah, he's a pig, but you're at fault too. You cheated with him, assuming she did. It's telling the truth. And you made a viral TikTok video about it. Well, now, Emily Ratajkowski, who I do know who she is, she's been in some videos, and she was in Gone Girl.
Yeah.
We know.
Blurred Lines video.
Blurred Lines video.
Oh, God. She's in the Phoebe Cates category.
She is.
She is.
She and Phoebe Cates have something in common that you didn't probably know about until just now.
That's right. That's right. She's the modern day Phoebe Cates. So Emily Ratajkowski hears what Sarah Foster said. Adam Levine's a pig, but you share some blame too because you cheated with a married man. And Ratajkowski said, no, thank you.
I just couldn't disagree more. I don't understand why we continue to blame women for men's mistakes, especially when you're talking about 20-something-year-old women dealing with men in positions of power, twice their age. The power dynamic is so skewed, it's ridiculous. Like, it's predatory, it's manipulative.
Now, but the woman is an adult, and she knows what's right and wrong. I mean, if she was 15 or 16, it's one thing. If it's a teacher, it's one thing. This is a musician reaching out to her. I agree with the first woman. I say I would blame Levine more, but I think she's complicit in this. I mean, she could have said, absolutely not. You're married. Don't text me again,
Yeah, but also she was 21 at the time, which isn't far from
You're right.
that age.
Well, what's the age? 18, 21?
I just think in your early 20s, you're getting messages from an unbelievable celebrity, a A-list celebrity, basically.
Music and TV.
Mm-hmm.
I think that you're not thinking straight.
You give her any blame at all.
I mean, I think everyone knows that you shouldn't be cheating with a married man, but I do agree the power dynamic there is very different.
Yes.
Between, him messaging, and like I said, you're flattered. It's hard to remove the flatter part of things. Oh my God, he thinks I'm hot.
But and do we know how it started? I mean, it may have started quote unquote innocently.
It may have.
Enjoyed working with
It
you.
may
Or it was
have.
nice seeing you the other day. Or
But
thanks for the latte.
Once it goes over the line, I say I give him 75% of the blame. He does have the power. He is older. She is an adult. She does know what she's doing. I give her 25% of the blame for not stopping it in its tracks. And also for years later, making the TikTok video. That's what the woman is saying. Sarah Foster is saying, now you're doing this. I don't feel any. She's like, I don't have any sympathy for you. I do have some because he's more powerful. I mean, he's known. He's got the upper hand for sure. But it's different. If she was 17 now, I'd put 100% of the blame on him. At 21, I give her a little blame because she is cheating with a married man. If all that is true. But Emily Ratajkowski says, oh no, this is all on him. Trucker D has a comment on this as well. Trucker D, go ahead.
Morning, fellas.
Morning.
P1. Hey, I just got to say, I don't understand what the uproar is. I'm not saying it's right, but this is the allure of the rock star lifestyle, and it has been for decades. And to act like it's not, and all these women saying this, that, and the other, if they had a chance to sleep with him, they would have done the same thing.
Well, it is the rock star lifestyle. I mean, that's the truth. You go back, everybody, the Rolling Stones, Van Halen, all of them.
Elvis.
You know, Elvis. Yeah, they're picking out women out of the audience to do this with. That's true. That is true. Thank you, Trucker D.
Something about music. Something about musicians.
Musicians, rock stars. Even if they're not good looking. You know, would Mick Jagger have a ton of women if he was a truck driver?
Yeah.
No.
Ran a bookshop.
No, he's not going to be the same. It's about music.
It's that charisma.
Yeah. Rich EV, you're talking about this affair, Adam Levine. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. I just wanted to comment on Adam Levine. These young girls that are in their 20s, basically they're just hoping these older celebrities, millionaires, that they can hook up with them, possibly get them to leave their old lady. You know, they're thinking ahead of the game. They're not really thinking, well, I'm just flattered. That's my opinion. You know, they're trying to get them to lose. You know, the guys lose their spouse. You know, or men, vice versa. So that's going through their mind too. Also, I mean.
Right.
Yeah, could be.
And there's countless stories of men, famous and not, who will have an affair and say, "Oh, I'm this close to leaving my wife. I'm this close to leaving my wife." And once I'm free of her, you and I will be together. And I have no idea if that happened here.
Right? Oh yeah, you don't know the backstory. We don't know the
Yeah.
backstory here. Sometimes they leave their wife for the young woman, and then the young woman does make money out of that. You know, the previous wife gets a bunch of money in the divorce. All of a sudden, you were the younger one.
Hello, Jason Aldean.
All right, Aldean. I don't know that story either. Same thing. Country music star.
Oh yeah, he was married when he blew up, and then he was in Hollywood one night and was caught making out with a super hot former NBA cheerleader / American Idol contestant, and now they've been married for a while.
Tale as old as time. You know, before you're famous, you're with a woman. All of a sudden, you get famous. She's to the curb. You're with your 25-year-old. Doesn't make it right. Okay. Let's talk about this. It's real. Okay, it's real. Let's just
go to break.
One day, you're in a minivan with your wife. The next day,
you're in a sports car
with your fitness coach.
Right. You're in a sports car with your fitness coach. Ben, you're talking about Adam Levine, the affair, the alleged affair. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. I just think about it. Like, Chris, me and you are maybe fives. Out of a 1 to 10, we're fives. We get 0 offers, we like 0 times, means nothing. Adam Levine, good guy, rock star, he gets 100 offers, react 3 times. Okay, he's still 97% of the time he's faithful. That's an only in any platform in America.
They're using the baseball statistics.
Yeah.
Or if you strike out 7 times out of 10, you're still a
great hitter. Yeah, I don't know though. I can't.
We don't know how many times he turned them down.
I can't give it to him. I can't, even if you're a rock star and you're hot. I mean, my wife has always said Adam Levine is so sexy. She thinks
didn't he pose like
hot.
Naked with his wife or girlfriend?
He's done all that.
Hand on his crotch.
Great body and the sexiness of being a rock star. My wife, I think if we did that list where it's like 5 you could sleep with, you know how that goes.
Oh my God, we're not going to find her in his DMs, are we?
No.
Thank you, Ben.
My husband's at pickleball.
Please take me away from all this.
He'll be there all day. I've got this love on repeat.
Your husband plays pickleball? Yeah, that's right. It's so sad.
I just need to take me away from this life.
I've got to make a comment, too, on the previous caller. I want to say I'm better than a 5. I'm 5. 5. He said we're 5s.
I think he started before.
He said we're 4 or 5. I want to give myself a 6.5. I want to go.
6.5.
I want to go up to 6.5 on a scale of 10. I mean, I'm not as young as I used to be, but I'm playing a lot of pickleball. I'm trying to get into shape.
Trust me, you don't want me to put that online.
Rate him.
Yeah, you don't want to.
Don't do that. No.
Give him a number.
At the beginning of the internet, that was one of the sites I used to go to. It was like Hot or Not. Yeah.
Oh, that was
rate
brutal.
people.
Oh, they crush you.
Yeah.
They just crush you.
Yeah.
It's brutal.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. People send me pictures of myself saying, Jesus Christ, man, look at you. You know, that's what they like to do. I think even if you're 97% clean, I know my wife would be like, oh, no, you tainted now. No,